It's still a gloomy look outside on this Thursday afternoon. Now, we had plenty of rain pull in earlier this morning, even had some thunderstorms, plenty of lightning out there too to start off our day. Now we're navigating through the rest of our day a bit differently, but the one thing that stays the same is that we still have the chance to find more thunderstorms today. And I have some big updates for you on our forecast and what you need to know for the rest of your Thursday and about that thunderstorm chance here now. So let's break it down. First off, more storms are possible. Again, as we navigate the afternoon, I think those are more likely to start sparking up in about an hour from now and then go right about to when we're trying to sit down for dinner. With those, it is possible that we find some thunderstorms on the strong to severe side. So that's something that we need to keep in mind as we move through these next few hours, which, speaking of, let's get you a look at the next 5 hours, which paints out that first one for you. That's going to be in place starting at 2 p.m. So just in about 36 minutes through that 5 o'clock hour. That's when that rain chance and that storm potential is the greatest, and when we'll be watching incredibly closely to see if we find any thunderstorms again on the strong to severe side. It's still possible that we find some thunderstorms even after that are strong, so we'll keep you updated on that too. We're watching all around the clock here for you, but I want you to know that that first one specifically going to be in place through that 5 o'clock hour. But we're starting off the afternoon on a bit quieter of a note. So let's talk about what we're seeing outside right now, and then the newest look at future track radar and what we can anticipate moving forward. This is a look over the past 4 hours, and the rain that we had seen this morning that dwindled and pushed off to the northeast eventually. But check out to the west right now. We could see more showers and maybe some embedded rumbles of thunder trying to pull in from central Kansas. So that's where we're keeping a close eye for stronger development, as well as even farther to the west of that, where we can start to see south of Manhattan some thunderstorms developing there. Anything that we look to get thunderstorm wise looks to pull in from the west this afternoon or from the southwest. So we are going to be keeping a very close eye out on central and eastern Kansas to see what activity starts to bubble up there, and then if we think it can make it through our neck of the woods. But we're already starting to see some development out there, though our atmosphere here locally is a bit worked over and it doesn't have as many ingredients to work with from all that rain that pulled through this morning. Still have to watch incredibly closely. This is what we could see closer and zoomed into the metro right now, which is just some spotty showers, nothing like that rainfall we saw earlier this morning, but I am seeing small developments and small signs south of Olathe that we still have some thunderstorm ingredients to work with. Now, those are just looking like quick spotty showers at this time, but we're watching very closely, as I have mentioned, especially because we've already seen a decent amount of rainfall so far today, especially over on the Kansas side, where radar is trying to estimate upwards of 2, 3, maybe even 4 inches of rain. Now, we'll have to wait till today is said and done to get those official rainfall totals. Again, this is just radar estimated, but we could see some pockets of rainfall in areas that maybe caught closer to an inch. I think if we get any more rain throughout the rest of the day, those rainfall totals aren't going to be the most noticeable thing about it. Instead, I think it's more so going to derive from the lightning, the thunder, and the potentially gusty winds and hail concern that we have with some isolated thunderstorms that could get up and going today. Midwest Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing camera looking much quieter as we kick off the afternoon, but as I mentioned, that rain chance really starts to grow after about now throughout the rest of that late 1 o'clock hour as we are approaching here in just about 60 seconds, but especially 2, 3, 4, 5 p.m. That's where that first warn is in place and where we have a greater chance of finding some rain. With that in mind, the Storm Prediction Center has gone ahead and increased our risk for severe weather concerns, not so much in the metro, but just east of Odessa, including Warrensburg, Sedalia, Marshall, just south of Chillicothe. So this is more so for central Missouri, but still have some of that yellow creeping in closer to the eastern reaches of the metro that we have to watch very, very closely. That's going to be the area that has the most thunderstorm ingredients to work with and the highest likelihood to find thunderstorms on the strong to maybe even severe side. In terms of risks that we're talking about here, hail and winds. I think winds are slightly more likely of a scenario. If we are to find thunderstorms on the stronger side, they could push out a big quick exhale of winds up to 60-mile-per-hour gusts or so. But also, if these thunderstorms do get a little taller and a little stronger, they could try to put down a hail threat. I know some of us already dealt with that earlier this week, so that's something that we are going to have to watch too as the rest of this afternoon unfolds. Speaking of, let's get you a look at future track radar. This is the best data that we have to see what the rest of the day brings us on this Thursday afternoon, and it's not doing too bad of a job with what we're seeing outside right now. Some scattered showers that we saw just a couple minutes ago on live radar picking up on future track, which is a really good sign. But you can see over the next hour or two, it starts to put out those isolated bursts of thunderstorms that try to get up and going over the next several hours. As we move into that time frame of 2 to 5 p.m. and more so right bumping up closer to that 6 o'clock hour, you could start to see stronger thunderstorm potential populating the board. That's when that first warn's in place and we have a greater chance to find those stronger thunderstorms. And you can see as they approach central Missouri, those flaring up. So all of these parts of the forecast are really going hand in hand to show us that, first of all, strong thunderstorms are possible today. Second of all, some of those may be on the severe side, but that severe potential is the most likely for central Missouri. The rest of us, for the most part, are included in that 1 out of 5 risk for strong to severe thunderstorms, but you could see how this future track radar model does a really good job of showing us the potential development of these rain and storm chances as the afternoon and evening wears on. Then, as we go past dinner time and get on with the rest of our day, you can see these storm systems and chances really trying to flare up before eventually pushing out into eastern Missouri and allowing us to wrap up with the rest of our evening here. Now, I do think by the time that we are trying to light up the KCTV tower right around 9 p.m., I think we're doing a bit better in terms of rain, especially within the metro. We're going to have to keep an eye out for some distant lightning and therefore far off thunder. And I'm still going to keep a 20% chance for some lingering lighter rainfall. But other than that, I think for the most part, by that time, we're doing better in terms of thunderstorms. I think by then it will have pushed off to central and eventually eastern Missouri. So we're really watching this closely, and especially any further rainfall that we could get, something we're keeping an eye on too, just because some isolated spots could catch another inch or so. Now, this isn't looking to be as slow moving as this morning system, so we're not looking at repetitive rounds of rain over the same areas, but instead the highest rainfall totals this afternoon and this evening are going to derive from isolated thunderstorms. If you get locked under a heavier downpour, things like that, that's going to again be the most likely for western to central Missouri over there. So keep that in mind as you go throughout the rest of your day and the beginning of your evening, and then those later evening hours if you're watching from western or central Missouri right now. As we go into the weekend, just want to give you a quick peek ahead. I want you to know that Friday is looking a lot dry, comfortable. Temperature is not too bad either. So overall, going to be a pretty good day to get outside, especially in the evening. Enjoy the Country Club Plaza Art Fair. Going to be a good day for that. Perhaps the best time to get out there in terms of probability of rainfall. So Saturday brings another chance for rain, lower than Sundays, but I'm just going to throw a yellow on that Saturday and Sunday activities, those outdoor activities, and just caution you to know that rain is possible within those 2 days. Not looking like a washout, on either day. It's not looking anything like the rain that we're finding today. And we're not really seeing severe signals at this time, but just something that we'll need to watch. And I want you to know that that rain is not completely done as we go towards the weekend. Security to Bank 7-day forecast showing you everything I just talked about and more. First warning in place today for the chance to find further rain and thunderstorms. Remember, some of those could be on the stronger to severe side. We dry out into Friday. Stay comfortable. And then we keep those temperatures nice, comfortable, and seasonable pretty much through the weekend and even into next week, though that 7-day forecast still dotted with some rain chances over there. Something we'll need to watch and keep you updated on, especially on Monday. That looks to be our next greatest shot to find the most impactful rain. We already have a first one on it. We'll keep you posted on that too. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Thursday and just stay tuned in with us. We'll continue to bring in the latest on today's first warn and afternoon thunderstorm potential. Have a great day.